From a small garage in Seattle to building one of the most valuable companies in the world, Jeff Bezos has redefined what it means to dream big. He started Amazon as an online bookstore, but his vision didn't stop there. Today, Amazon is a global empire, and Bezos himself has reached beyond Earth with his space company, Blue Origin. In this video, Millionaire Blueprint takes you through the incredible journey of Jeff Bezos, his humble beginnings, the bold risks he took, the challenges he overcame, and the mindset that turned him into one of the most influential business leaders of our time. Jeff Bezos is one of the most recognized names in the world today. He is the man who built Amazon, the company that forever changed the way people shop, read, and consume products. But his story is not simply about wealth or success. It is about vision, risk-taking, and relentless determination. To understand how Bezos became one of the richest and most influential men on Earth, we need to start at the very beginning of his journey. Jeffrey Preston Bezos was born on January 12, 1964, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. His mother was just a teenager when she had him, and his biological father ran a small bike shop. When Jeff was still very young, his parents separated. His mother later married Miguel Bezos, a Cuban immigrant who adopted Jeff and gave him the last name that would one day be known worldwide. As a child, Jeff was curious and inventive. He spent hours dismantling gadgets and turning his bedroom into a small laboratory. His fascination with science, computers, and space shaped his early interests and gave him the foundation for what would later become his life's work. Bezos attended Princeton University, where he studied electrical engineering and computer science. After graduating, he worked on Wall Street and quickly climbed the corporate ladder. By his late 20s, he was already earning a comfortable salary and living a life that most people would consider successful. But Jeff was not satisfied. In 1994, he read a report that revealed how quickly the internet was growing, more than 2,000% every year. He realized that this technology was going to change everything. That discovery sparked the idea that would change his life forever. Leaving behind a secure and lucrative job, Bezos took a bold risk. He decided to start an online bookstore. Together with his then-wife Mackenzie, he began building the business out of their garage in Seattle. They packed and shipped books themselves, often working late into the night. The company was first called Cadabra, but Bezos later renamed it Amazon, after the largest river in the world, because he wanted his company to become just as vast and unstoppable. In 1995, Amazon officially launched, and its first mission was to make it easy for people to buy books online. The idea was simple, but the execution was far from easy. In its early years, Amazon struggled. Many critics claimed online shopping was just a passing trend. The company lost money year after year, and some investors doubted it would ever succeed. But Bezos held firm to his vision. He focused obsessively on the customer, believing that if Amazon provided the best service and convenience, success would eventually follow. This customer-first philosophy became the golden rule of the company. As time went on, Amazon began to expand beyond books. It started selling music, movies, electronics, clothing, and eventually millions of different products. Bezos introduced innovations like one-click shopping, personalized recommendations, and fast delivery systems. Later, services like Amazon Prime and cloud computing through Amazon Web Services transformed the company into a giant that dominated not just retail, but technology as a whole. Today, Amazon is worth over $1 trillion and touches nearly every aspect of modern life. But Bezos's ambitions went far beyond e-commerce. In the year 2000, at a time when Amazon was still struggling to find stability, he quietly founded Blue Origin, a private space exploration company. While many people thought this was just another billionaire's hobby, for Bezos, it was a lifelong passion. Ever since he was a boy, he dreamed of space and was deeply inspired by the Apollo missions. He believed that humanity's long-term survival depended on moving beyond Earth, building new colonies, and making space travel as routine as catching a flight. To him, Earth is humanity's most precious resource, but one that is limited. By shifting heavy industries to space and keeping Earth preserved as a residential planet, he imagined a future where millions of people could live and work beyond our world. Blue Origin began slowly and deliberately, with a motto that reflects Bezos's philosophy. Gradatim ferociter, Latin for step by step ferociously. For years, the company operated in secrecy, developing rockets and testing new technologies, often overshadowed by the louder, faster progress of other private space companies. Yet, Bezos never wavered. His approach was patience, precision, and long-term planning. In 2015, Blue Origin successfully launched and landed a reusable rocket, proving that space travel could be more affordable if rockets were designed to be flown again and again. Then, in 2021, Bezos himself boarded the New Shepard rocket and traveled into space, making headlines worldwide. It was not just a personal milestone, but a symbol that his vision was more than just ambitious words. It was proof that his dream of expanding human life into the stars had taken a real step forward. Meanwhile, as Amazon's dominance grew, Bezos's personal fortune reached unimaginable heights. Over the years, he became the richest person on Earth multiple times, with his net worth surpassing $200 billion at its peak. That staggering figure alone put him in the spotlight, but his influence extended beyond wealth. In 2013, he purchased The Washington Post, one of America's most respected newspapers. Under his ownership, the paper transitioned into the digital age, strengthening its online presence and becoming profitable again after years of decline. Beyond media, Bezos has invested in countless startups and innovative ventures across industries ranging from healthcare to artificial intelligence, always with an eye toward the future. Despite his success, Bezos is often described as highly disciplined and deeply focused on long-term thinking. He is known for using a framework called regret minimization, which means making decisions by imagining how he would feel about them at age 80. By thinking about life this way, he often chose the harder path in the short term to avoid long-term regret. His philosophy is summed up in one of his most famous quotes: "If you're going to think at all, you might as well think big." This mindset has allowed him to take risks that others avoided, risks that eventually built him into one of the most influential business leaders in history. Of course, his journey has not been free of criticism or challenges. Amazon has faced scrutiny over its warehouse working conditions, the pressure it puts on small businesses, and its enormous influence on global commerce. Lawmakers and activists have often questioned whether the company has grown too powerful. Bezos himself has been the target of public debates around wealth inequality, corporate taxes, and social responsibility. Yet, even with these controversies, there is no denying the massive impact his vision has had on the world. He reshaped how people shop, how companies operate, and even how society imagines the future of space exploration. The story of Jeff Bezos is not just about one man's rise to unimaginable wealth. It is about the power of innovation, the willingness to embrace risk, and the ability to remain focused on a long-term vision, even when the world is skeptical. From a small garage in Seattle where Amazon began, to standing at the edge of space aboard his own rocket, Bezos's journey is a remarkable example of how persistence and courage can redefine industries and even change the course of human history. So, when we reflect on the incredible journey of Jeff Bezos, we see far more than a billionaire entrepreneur. We see a blueprint of how vision, courage, and relentless focus can transform not only one individual's life, but also the lives of millions across the globe. His story serves as a powerful reminder that innovation often requires risk, that success demands patience, and that true progress comes from thinking not just about the next year, but about the next century. Jeff Bezos' life is both an inspiration to dream without limits and a challenge to never stop pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And that was the incredible journey of Jeff Bezos, a story of vision, risk, and determination. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to Millionaire Blueprint for more inspiring stories of entrepreneurs and business leaders who changed the world. Hit the like button, share it with your friends, and join us again for the next blueprint to success.